Here's the straightforward truth. Women rarely express their feelings directly, especially when they're interested in a man. They won't just walk up to you and say, "I like you," or "I want your attention," because that would be too obvious. Instead, they drop subtle hints, expecting you to notice them as if you can read their mind. If you miss these signals, you might be labeled as clueless or indifferent. But here's the twist. These subtle cues aren't random. They're calculated, intentional, and tied to the way attraction works. This is where most men make a mistake. They either overanalyze every little thing, thinking every glance means something, or they completely miss the obvious signs that are practically screaming for attention. A lot of women enjoy the thrill of not being straightforward. It's like a test. Will you pick up on the signals without her having to say anything? If you do, you pass. If not, she'll likely move on, assuming you're not worth the effort. The biggest mistake men make is ignoring these subtle hints because they think women should just come out and say what they mean. But let me tell you, that's not how things work. She's signaling, and if you care enough to notice, you'll unlock a connection most men never experience. This isn't about decoding complex messages. It's about noticing what's already right in front of you. The signs are there in how she lingers around you, how her body language softens, or even in how she laughs at your not-so-funny jokes. These aren't coincidences, they're invitations. If you've ever wondered why some men just seem to know when a woman is into them, it's not luck, it's awareness. By the end of this, you'll have that same awareness. You'll know exactly what to look for, and once you do, you'll start seeing these signs everywhere. Let's break it down. When a woman plays hard to get, it doesn't mean she's not interested, it's a strategy. Women instinctively understand that men value what they have to work for, so by acting distant or unavailable, she's sparking your curiosity and keeping you in pursuit. The mistake many men make is assuming that this behavior means she's not interested, but in reality, her actions often show the opposite. Pay attention to her consistency. Does she avoid making plans, but always respond to your messages? Does she decline one suggestion for hanging out but offer another? These are clear signs she's interested, but she's trying to maintain control over the dynamic. She doesn't want to appear desperate, but she also ensures the connection stays alive. For men, this can be frustrating because it might feel like she's playing games, but it's not out of malice. It's often about preserving her sense of value. She wants you to see her as a prize worth pursuing. The key is balance. If you chase too hard, you'll come off as desperate, which can push her away. If you pull back completely, she might interpret that as a lack of interest. The key is to respond appropriately. Maintain your self-respect while keeping an eye on her energy. Don't let her playing hard to make you feel insecure or too eager. Imagine this scenario. You meet a woman at a party, and she gives you just enough attention to keep you intrigued. She's polite but not overly enthusiastic. When you ask for her number, she hesitates before finally giving it to you. Over the next few days, her replies are slow, but when she does respond, they're thoughtful and detailed. You suggest meeting up, but she declines at first, saying she's busy only to propose another time. If she wasn't interested, she wouldn't engage at all. Her staying involved shows she wants your attention, but is testing whether you'll stick around without being pushy. Understanding this dynamic is important. Women who play hard to get aren't rejecting you. They're testing how well you handle their boundaries while maintaining confidence. Pass the test, and she'll open up. Fail, and she'll move on to someone who gets it. When a woman constantly finds ways to be near you, it's a sign she likes you. It's that simple. Women don't waste their time around someone they're not interested in. If she's always around or casually running into you, it's a clear sign she wants your attention. However, she won't always make it obvious. She'll find casual, harmless, and often innocent excuses to be around. For example, she might happen to be at the same cafe you go to every morning, or just coincidentally be in the same area when you're hanging out with friends. These aren't random. They're calculated moves to stay close to you without being too forward. She wants you to notice her without making a bold move. This behavior can be tricky to detect because it looks natural. She might say, "I didn't know you were here," or "I was just in the area, thought I'd stop by." But if you pay close attention, you'll start seeing a pattern. It's not coincidence. It's creating an opportunity for connection. Think about a time when you were working at the office and a female colleague kept stopping by your desk. At first, it seemed like a simple, friendly interaction, but as it kept happening, you realized she wasn't just coming by for work-related matters. She'd chat about random things, ask if you wanted to grab lunch, or linger around making small talk. Don't mistake this for her just being nice or polite. People don't randomly hang around others unless they want something: attention, connection, or even chemistry. She's getting closer to you, looking for those subtle moments where the interaction could turn into something more. This is her way of testing the waters, offering opportunities for you to notice her without putting herself out there. If you catch on and engage in these moments, you're giving her the chance to see if there's potential for something more. When a woman is constantly finding excuses to be near you, she's silently showing you that she likes you and wants to see how you respond. It's a subtle way of getting closer without being overt. Her body language speaks louder than words, and often it's a much clearer indicator of her feelings than anything she might say. Words can be misleading, but her posture, gestures, and subtle movements can tell you exactly what you need to know. Women use body language to communicate interest without directly putting themselves on the line. If you're paying attention, you'll see it in every interaction. For instance, when a woman likes you, her body will naturally gravitate toward you. She'll angle herself in your direction, lean in closer while you talk, or even mirror your movements. These are automatic signs of attraction. She may also play with her hair or touch her face, drawing attention to herself without saying a word. It's all part of creating a connection without being too forward. But it's not just about proximity. Her eyes are key. She'll maintain eye contact longer than usual, maybe even glance at you when you're not looking. A quick glance followed by looking away is a classic move. She wants to see if you're paying attention to her, but she's not ready to fully expose her feelings yet. Then there's the smile. A genuine smile that reaches her eyes is something you can't fake. If she smiles at you across the room or while you're talking, it means she's engaged. Her body language will also reveal her comfort level. If she stands tall with open posture and isn't crossing her arms or legs defensively, she's feeling at ease. On the other hand, if she seems nervous or fidgety, it might indicate she's attracted to you, but unsure of how you'll respond. Reading body language is about noticing the subtle touches, the way she positions herself, and the way her eyes light up when she looks at you. These are signs she's interested, even if she hasn't told you outright. When a woman compliments you in unique ways, it's often a sign she's genuinely interested. These compliments go beyond the surface-level praise like, "You look nice" or "You're handsome." Instead, she's paying attention to what makes you different, what makes you stand out. Her compliments will be personal and thoughtful. If she often compliments your character, sense of humor, or how you handle situations, it means she's noticing qualities in you that others might miss. Complimenting your intelligence, confidence, or the way you express yourself shows that she sees deeper traits that draw her to you. When a woman gives you thoughtful compliments that go beyond surface-level praise, it's a clear sign of genuine interest. These compliments aren't just about your appearance. They reflect deeper appreciation for who you are and how you carry yourself. For example, instead of simply saying, "You're funny," she might say, "I love how you can make anyone laugh, even in tough situations." Or instead of, "You're smart," she could say, "You always know how to explain things in a way that makes sense. I admire that." These compliments aren't thrown around casually. They come from a place of true admiration. A woman who's interested in you will also compliment you in front of others, not to make you uncomfortable, but to subtly show everyone that she sees something special in you. It's a way of expressing her interest without making it too obvious. Women don't just compliment to flatter, they want to connect, and they're looking for a response. If you brush off her compliments or act dismissive, she may stop giving them altogether. But if you respond genuinely and show appreciation, it strengthens the bond between you. The more specific her compliments, the more significant they are. She's noticing qualities in you that others might overlook, and by sharing them, she's signaling that she's paying attention to what makes you unique. Another clear sign of interest is when a woman makes eye contact with you, but looks away quickly. Many men misinterpret this as a sign of disinterest, But in reality, it's a form of subtle flirtation. When a woman locks eyes with you and then quickly shifts her gaze, she's sending a signal that she's into you. It's not about being shy or uninterested. It's a playful, nervous way of testing the waters. She's looking to see if you notice her and how you respond to her gaze. If you don't pick up on this cue, you might miss a chance to move things forward. Eye contact is one of the most powerful nonverbal signals women use to express their interest, and it's often misunderstood. The next time this happens, don't just look away. Hold her gaze for a moment longer, then let her take the lead. By doing this, you'll avoid second-guessing whether she's into you and ensure you're both on the same page. Stop waiting for the obvious signs. Too many men assume that if a woman isn't being extremely direct, it means she's not interested. In reality, women often communicate interest in more subtle ways, and it's important to recognize these signals rather than waiting for her to explicitly state how she feels. Women often wait for men to step up and show that they're paying attention. If she's looking at you and quickly looking away, it's your cue to make a move. Don't let these moments slip by because you're too afraid to act. Women aren't going to do all the work for you. It's up to you to notice the signs and take action. If you're waiting for things to be handed to you on a silver platter, you'll miss every opportunity. Wake up and seize the moment when she's giving you subtle cues. In today's world, women are more comfortable expressing their interest on social media. If her behavior on social media feels too obvious to ignore, it's because she's trying to tell you something. If you're missing these signals, you're not paying enough attention. A woman who's interested in you will like or comment on almost every post you make, not just with a casual like, but thoughtful comments that show she's engaged with your content. She'll go beyond emojis, leaving personal or specific remarks. This shows she's paying attention and intentionally engaging with you. She might also reply to your stories, and these replies won't be generic. They'll be tailored to spark a conversation or show she's interested in what you're doing. If she's sending direct messages about something you posted, she's not just trying to chat casually, she's looking for a deeper connection. Sometimes she might post something on her feed or stories that seems directed at you, like a photo, meme, or a quote that reminds her of something you've said or done. These posts aren't random. They're subtle hints hoping you'll notice and engage. Don't overlook these signs, thinking that social media is just for casual posts. If she's making her interest obvious on social media, she's hoping you'll catch on. If you don't, you risk missing out on an opportunity to connect. Social media is a powerful tool for connection, and if she's engaging with you there, it's not by accident. So take notice of the signs and respond appropriately. Another clear sign that a woman is into you is casual or accidental touches. Whether it's a touch on the arm, a light brush of the hand, or a gentle touch on the shoulder. These actions may seem accidental, but they're often far from it. Women will often find subtle ways to touch you if they're interested. These small gestures are her way of testing the waters and creating a sense of closeness. Don't dismiss them as mere accidents. Recognize them as signals of her interest. These casual touches are deliberate signals that show she's comfortable with you and, more importantly, interested in you. One of the first things you'll notice is how she uses touch to create a sense of closeness. This doesn't mean she's all over you or being overtly flirtatious. Rather, it's more subtle. Maybe she brushes her hand against yours while reaching for something, or lightly touches your arm when she laughs at something you said. These small gestures are her way of testing the waters to see if you're responsive to her physical presence. If she does this frequently, it's a strong sign that she's attracted to you. Women are often more reserved when it comes to initiating touch, so if she's putting herself in a position to make contact with you, it means she's comfortable and wants to feel closer. The key here is that these touches don't feel forced, they feel natural and effortless. That's how you can tell it's genuine. You might also notice that these touches often happen during moments of laughter or in a lighthearted conversation. It's her way of showing she's engaged and enjoying the time spent with you. It's not about making a bold move, but about creating a connection. For example, let's say you're talking with her and she reaches out to touch your arm as she makes a point. It might seem like a small thing, but it's actually a huge sign that she's interested. She's feeling the need to connect physically and chooses to do so with you. If you're paying attention, you'll notice these moments happening often, even if they seem small at first. The more she does it, the more you should realize that she's opening up to you. If you respond positively by not shying away or pulling back, you'll encourage her to continue feeling more comfortable and connected with you.